Wow, that felt good, man. My God, it's just freaking blast. It's a blast of a shot. Yeah, exactly. The Technifibre T-Fight 305S 2025 versus the version 9 blade, Wilson blade 1619. Which do I prefer? Very good question, right? Okay, I have to give it to the blade. Now let me explain to you what's been happening. So today is my third session with this racket. You'll see in the video shortly. For the first couple of times when I use this racket, I'm very held back. I feel whenever I swing at the ball, I have this tendency to hold back a little bit, not really free swinging through the racket, because somehow I feel that that it's a little bit clunky. Well, that's how I felt. The blade being the blade. Okay, to be fair, I've been using the blade for a good 6 months now. This particular model, but I've always been a blade fan. I've used at least 4 versions of the blades in the last 15 years. The blade still feels the easiest to use. It's softer. It's definitely softer, guys. If you're wondering, okay, one of the main difference is that this racket is very stiff. I've concluded that this is a very stiff racket as compared to the blade. I don't know about any other rackets. I tell you what other rackets are stiff that I like, that I never had much issues with, was actually the Pro Staff. Pro Staff 97. Version 12, version 13, even version 11. I have no issues with the Pro Staff. Pro Staff, every Pro Staff that I bought, to be honest with you, or rather every other Wilson I ever used and bought in my life, it took an average of 5 minutes. 5 minutes for me to get used to a Wilson, or rather the blade and the Pro Staff at least, because those are the two most common Wilson rackets I've ever used. I never liked the Clash. Everything else. So, anywho's, it took me a while to get used to this racket. So today, I think I can conclude that I'm pretty used to this racket by the end of today's session. It is very stiff. I can feel the soreness in my arm. I always tell people that to hit a powerful shot, or rather to hit a good forehand and backhand, you got the full release. A lot of people don't understand the full release concept. The full release concept is basically like slamming a door. When you slam a door, you don't go like this. When you slam a door, you go like this. So basically, I tried doing that today with my eyes closed. I wouldn't say eyes closed, but I try not to be too conscious about the fact that I'm using this Technifibre. I'm trying to play today like I've always been playing my blade, which has a very fast head, which is what I like, right? So I like the head being lighter, very head light rackets. I like the fact that the head goes through the ball very quickly. This racket is slightly head heavier compared to the blade. Initially, before I strung this racket, when I did the first unboxing, it felt very head light. But after I strung it and I started playing with it, I realized that it's rather head heavy. It's a very balanced racket. If you put it at this point, it still looks very head light. It looks more head light, but not so much of. I know it's not a very scientific way of doing it, but anywho's, if you look at this, I don't know if you can see the difference. So they are about the same, right? You see that? Can you guys see that? So the blade still feels more like an extended arm of mine. So I prefer the blade. To now, I still like the blade better. This one, however, if you were to swing through the ball, like I mentioned, like smashing, like slamming a door, if you were to full release your swing when you go through the ball, that means you let your arm do what it's supposed to do, and you're in the right position for the ball. If you hit it correct with this racket, it is explosive. Explosive, like this explosiveness pretty much comes from you. This racket itself is explosive. When you strike the ball right, when your timing is perfect, it's not as head light as the blade. So but anywho's, if you do a full swing and you just release your swing and you hit the ball right, this racket is explosive. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to update you guys with. when I did my first unboxing and the first review of this racket. I was very excited about it. But after using for a third session today, so in totality, I've spent about 6, slightly below 6 hours with this racket on court. I like it. Will I be keeping it? Likely, because it's a very good looking racket. It's a playable racket. I may adjust the tension in my next stringing session. I strung this at 48 pounds. 48.50. 48 mains, 50 crosses on the cross. So anyways, I'll be keeping this. The other thing I want to inform you guys in this video is, if you guys are staying in KL, in Malaysia, I don't know how many of you guys are staying in KL or in Malaysia, but one of the biggest problems we have in Malaysia, and I think most Malaysians will vouch for this, is the issue with demo rackets. It's very hard for us to get demo rackets in Malaysia. You can go to Duta Tennis Courts. There's a head center there. They specialize in head rackets, and you can get a demo racket. Give them your identification card. They give you a racket for 1 day. I don't get the 1 day thing, or maybe they expect you to do a demo the racket at Duta Courts for a couple of hours and return it to them. I don't get it. So for you to try a racket out, like what I've been doing, 6 hours on court, 3 days, 2 days, whatever not, at least a week, for you to really dial in to the quality of the racket to see if it's suitable for you and so on and so forth, right? But anyways, what I'm trying to cut the story short, what I'm trying to tell you is that I've got rackets. I think I'll be doing a lot of racket reviews moving forward, and I will be keeping my rackets for a while. So if you guys are in KL, in Malaysia, you can always reach out to me in the comments and we can actually meet up for a demo session. No, I don't think I will be loaning out the racket for a week or the rackets for a week or 2 weeks or 3 days. But what we could arrange for is a session. We can have a session of you using the racket for a couple of hours at least, and then to see whether it's the right racket for you if you want to go out there and purchase one. I think it's only fair that I think it's always best and fair that you try a racket before you buy them. Most of the rackets I go for are rackets that I've watched numerous, I'm talking about 20, 30 reviews online, whether it's, like I said before, Tennis Nerd, Rackets and Runners, Racket Tennis, Tennis Warehouse. I watch a lot of YouTube reviews, racket reviews, before I decide to go and purchase one. So all these are purchased by myself because it's something that I like to do. So you guys, you can see, so that there's a new racket coming. So if you guys subscribe and like my channel, which I hope you do, there's a new racket coming this week. Also a very popular racket, also very talked about, also very got sent by a lot of people. A lot of people swear by it, by the racket, and it's coming this week. So I'll be again doing another unboxing, stringing, and also the playtest. So I will see you guys soon. All right, cheers. Thank you.